why does it say Rhode Island?
Okay,
State?
Pat.
I'm asking you.
I know, but why don't we capture it, okay? You're too quick, just slow down a second. Got plenty of time.
I guess that was in my senior year.
Okay, hold on a second, just start it from the beginning, you know. Let me lower this a little bit.
You still have the picture of the painting in front of.
Hold on a second, it looks too red for some reason.
I got it refurbished, yeah, because remember, it cracked.
Why's the color wrong? Should have a white balance button here somewhere.
Where'd Mitch go?
Okay, we're rolling, so you can do what you want.
What's that?
It's rolling?
You can sit here, yeah. So you can, don't talk to her on camera. Don't look at the camera, Mom. Just sit here, talk to Patty, sit down, whatever. You're never supposed to look on camera. You're supposed to be slightly off. There you go, right here. So she's just looking slightly off camera.
Oh.
It's like they do on the news interviews. They don't look into the camera.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm looking at your yearbook from
Yeah.
high school. And first question, it says Barbara Minowitz. Where's your middle name? Everybody, seems like most people here don't have a middle name.
Your father never had a middle name and I never did. So I used my maiden name as my middle name. Barbara Martin Singer.
It's so interesting. I'm looking at this one page, and I'd say maybe quarter of the people here have a middle initial, a few have a full middle name, and then there's at least half of you from your class only has a first and last name.
Yeah.
And
Your father didn't have a middle name. He was just William
I guess it
Singer.
wasn't in. So as I look at what you wrote, you had a quote here, and I'm just wondering if you remember.
I'm sure I don't.
Everybody had a quote that you put in. Only the actions of the just smell sweet and blossom in dust. Do you have any recollection of what that was or anything?
I scarcely have a recollection of high school at all.
Really?
Well, it says, as your high school description, student council. So you were on the student council, if you remember that.
Nope.
Literary, you were the annex news secretary. That must have been your.
Is that the
your
local newspaper?
I don't really remember.
So let's go back to some early things, because just remember this, the audience for this is intended to be
I was 18 years
generational.
old when that was.
Yeah.
You had a picture of your middle school, or what they call it, junior? No, I think what happened is
Burnett?
4 years. No, when you went to, you had a picture of yourself, some picture of you 16 years old in one of the books.
I don't know. Your father had a picture that he asked me to give to him, so that's how I met his parents. He put my picture in his bedroom.
They're curious or what? Didn't they know what he was doing? He was living at home. So when did you actually meet Dad?
I met him in 46, the year I started Upsaw.
So you knew each other 4 years when you got married.
I had a blind date with Hope Toff.
Okay, she made it. Who?
Her name was Hope Toff.
But this is your blind date when you met Dad for the first time?
Yeah, that's how I met your father.
You were in high school?
No, it was in Upsaw.
Oh, Uppsala.
So
I didn't know your father in high school. I had a different boyfriend, Richard Denning. I was his girlfriend all through high school.
I wonder if he's in the yearbook. Richard Denning?
He was in college.
Oh,
He was
okay.
older than I.
Okay.
He lived around the corner.
Was he Jewish?
Yeah,
everyone at the Weekly is Jewish.
just about.
Well, there's a William Robert Denny.
That's
not the same one.
He wasn't in. He didn't go to Weekly.
I didn't know whether it was a brother or, you know.
So Mom told me there's an interesting story. I guess we're jumping around in time. I can edit it, put it in more or less in sequence. It wouldn't be too hard. So the story of when you after you got married in 1950, right? And you went across country.
Right, we started our honeymoon in Atlantic City, with that picture. That was the first day of our honeymoon.
Yeah, I'll take the picture of it here. No, you don't do that.
oh.
It's not gonna, here, give it to me.
Okay.
This is like, you mix the video and pictures. Multimedia.
And my
Okay.
brother Sam went to another hotel in Atlantic City. So that morning when we woke up, he was there with Jeanette.
Why? Oh, to celebrate, you mean?
Well, because I just got married.
Who went to celebrate?
Well,
Uncle.
we went to Atlantic City.
Oh, right,
That's
right.
where we started our honeymoon.
But because your wedding was
In the rabbi's
post
study.
then, right, so normally,
I was supposed
Who
to
else
get
was supposed to
married
get there?
in Ann Gordon's.
yeah, Ben would come back from California.
Uh,
He must have been invited, it was only a couple of days later. He had to come back for the funeral too. Sam and Ben were in California then?
I think,
I don't know, you didn't have the wedding after, the wedding got canceled?
yeah, we got married in the rabbi's study.
At the same time, like that same week, after the funeral?
I guess so, because we left immediately.
After the funeral?
We had the Studebaker. Aunt Tilly lent us $1,500 to buy the Studebaker.
And where was Grandpa Max and Sarah? Did they come to the wedding too? Do you remember?
Yeah, that's how I met them.
No, at the ceremony, when you went to the justice, do you remember who was there?
The rabbi
My Uncle
study.
Jack was there, and he never gave us a wedding present. I still remember that.
Oh, but that, he's Max's,
He was
Brother.
my mother's brother,
oh, no kidding.
Jack Freed.
There was a Max's brother, don't know much about him. He was Louis, maybe cousin, Uncle Louis?
Louis
Louis.
is Max's brother.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
get
that
along.
we knew.
Never met him. I don't remember ever meeting him.
I do.
Louis?
Louis and his wife was, what was her name, with a B?
Maybe he went to Tilly's
I
house?
can't remember.
Yeah, because we used to see Louis and his wife. Tilda?
Yeah,
Louis,
Tilda.
that was his wife. They never
Oh.
had children.
no, she had
Had
a
one daughter.
She had a daughter by somebody else.
What was her name?
The daughter I remember.
Huh. Well, so back to
And then we
the,
had a cousin that lived in Cranford.
Yeah, that was them.
No,
That was her daughter then.
his daughter,
His daughter.
Uncle Jack's daughter.
Because I remember seeing her. She owned a plumbing store.
Yeah,
What were their names? Because they never gave us a discount. We went there once and since they didn't offer us anything, we decided not to buy from there. So that was Louis' daughter, only daughter.
yeah.
And I can't remember her name. And they did not have children. Her daughter didn't have any children and they had a plumbing, I know they had a plumbing store. That's all I can remember.
Well, wasn't there a young man who had diabetes and died? I think that was Louis' son.
Oh.
you know, I was thinking, we had a family tree, we give us sort of a narrative to start with. Someone must have done some genealogy stuff.
Mark went and did the thing from,
The DNA.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking, not genetics, I
No,
was talking
the
about
Minowitz,
it was related.
it was a Minowitz newsletter that had all the information. Do they still send that?
They still have it.
Oh, I don't
But
get it.
They screwed it all up because they have, what's her name? Grace's mother, as if she was still alive. They had her 93rd birthday. Well, she died a few years ago, so they didn't keep.
Oh, you're Ricky's Grace.
No, my
Yeah.
wife didn't die. What are you talking about?
No.
Oh, you mean Estine died?
Estine
Grace's
died.
mom, right. You know, Jonathan, her brother died just recently. Yeah, he
I
had
hardly
cancer.
knew her family.
Yeah, well, the good thing is they were kind of estranged, but after Estine died, they reached out to Jonathan. I think he came to the funeral, I can't remember.
Well, Grace has a sister.
Yeah.
She's very close to her sister.
Yeah, of course, the three girls.
And the sister has a son
Yeah,
who's
two
the same
sons.
age as Michael.
Yeah, right in between Michael. So he's a school teacher now
Is he?
for Fairfax County Schools. He went to William and Mary, so I forgot what he's teaching. I think it's something in literature or whatever. So it's a different time being a school teacher now than it was once upon a time. Teachers were also well paid. Like Mr. Geist, I saw him, we went and visited
Morty
him.
Geist.
Morty
I
Geist.
was still friendly with him. And when you came to see me in Florida, and we went to see Morty Geist.
Yeah, when you came up to New Jersey
Yeah.
one time. And no, he's glad to see you. But he can't.
He's a nice man.
Yeah. Yeah, he loved what he did.
Yeah.
And also, Union Township really had a pretty good retirement program. Apparently, he told me that they had this deal with the paying, because union taxes, so they just deferred it. So after they retired, they continued to get annual increases at the last salary they had. So they're getting, by the time he passed, he was getting paid more than twice what he was getting when he worked. So he stayed in that same house.
He lived in Springfield.
Right, around the corner from the Benzels.
Yeah.
So I keep up in touch with them. This is not relevant, we want to keep